We're back with over under, guys. You ready for this one?
I'm not good at this. Even on pro line, not good at it. Over under.
Well, at least you don't have money on this. If you did, then I feel sorry for you. But question one goes to you. Let's go, Kyle. The Montreal Canadiens set an NHL playoff record. NHL playoff record for most consecutive overtime victories from 93 to 96. Remember, they had that great stretch back.
John LeClair.
Oh yeah, John LeClair was dynamite.
Yeah.
How
He was
many
Mr. Overtime?
How many consecutive victories in overtime did they have in the playoffs?
That year that they
Not just
won?
that year, but I mean the
Over that
stretch,
stretch.
most consecutive in playoffs, NHL playoffs.
Well, they had 11 that year, so what am I doing? It's over under?
Most consecutive.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to give out a number.
And then you go over.
Yeah,
under.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with 16
Over under.
consecutive playoff overtime games.
I say
Victories.
under.
You're saying under? The number was only 12.
There we go.
They had 11 that one
Yeah,
year. Had one further in the 3 years prior or 3 years afterwards. But 12 was the number. You have the 1-0 lead. Bucky, question two. Back in 1993, the 93 playoffs. Talking about the playoffs overall. Had the most overtime games throughout the Stanley Cup. How many? There was 85 games. How many of them went to overtime?
Ooh. How many have they already have in the first round? Wow, we've had a lot. I want to say 21.
Over or under?
I like being the guy that sets the number. Over.
Over. Correct for doing so. There was 28 games out of the 85 that went to overtime during that 93 Stanley Cup playoffs. All right, 1-1. Question to you, Mr. Tapp. The Edmonton Oilers set a NHL playoff record for most goals scored in one playoff game. How many?
11.
Over, under?
I say over.
The number is 13.
Wow.
13 goals against the LA Kings. So that is a point for you. Greg, question 4. The Boston Bruins set a NHL record. It's getting close. It's close. You're just a lot out of it. The Boston Bruins set a NHL record for most consecutive playoff appearances. How many?
Playoff appearances.
Consecutive playoff appearances.
26.
Over, under?
Under.
The number is 29 from 1968 to 1996. 29. So, Greg, you won that, but you have a chance to at least make it close. The Montreal Canadiens, we started with them, we'll end with them. Canadiens hold the record for most Stanley Cup final appearances.
Repeat the question, please.
The Montreal Canadiens hold the record for most Stanley Cup finals appearances. How many?
Final appearances. How many cups have they won?
26.
Over, under?
I say over.
The number is 32. They've won 23 Stanley Cups during that time. So 23-9 record. That's not too bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, you won over, under. You'll have a chance to speak
One. He destroyed.
We're just putting it lightly, all right? We're trying to.
It is what it is.
Salt in the wounds. That's what we do. I'm very politically correct right now. All right. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have more Gloves Are Off.
We just beat up on them.